Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on last year's national champions, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Kentucky about to kick off to get things underway. Coming out with it, it's Cook. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Texas's offense will go on the attack first. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster, man. I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he can hurt you, and he can be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing. Staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. Open space at the 25. Turns it on down the left side. The 20. The 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Longhorns!
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Wildcats offense will have its first possession of the game. Last time we saw these guys, it was a rather forgettable experience. This quarterback, he turned the football over, he got sacked. Just not a good day at all, Jesse.
Well, the defense was able to rattle him. They hit him often, they hit him early, they got sacks on him, and then he started feeling it. His eyes came down. He started floating the ball over the middle of the field and putting it into trouble and got picked off. So it's important, this one, David, up front, they do a better job of helping him stay on his feet to get into a rhythm.
The best quarterbacks in the history of the game, when you continue to hit them, they become very human, and they start to rush their thought process. So he got hit early, and he got hit often last week, and that's why they lost. Position one, objective number one today. Protect him, keep him upright, let him get some confidence.
DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. He hurls one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Here's the return. Slips through the line. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. That's caught. It's Bobo. They stop him just a length or two short of the first. And man, what they can do on second down here. Wants to go up top. Caught close to the marker. It's Bobo. He's out of bounds at the 38-yard line. The Longhorns racing to the line in the hurry-up. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Slipping, sliding, dancing his way down to the 32.
You know, with defense, it's this pick-or-poison game, right? Like, I got to play a little bit soft and make them run the football, but when I do that, I give the running back space, and right there you could tell he takes advantage of it.
The Longhorns with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Out of the backfield, he's open. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. The Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. There to stop him after a pickup of one to the 22.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
The play-action fake. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he puts through the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Makes the It's Lyle. Shows a little move, gets his man off balance, and gets out to the 22. And the Wildcats in a good spot here with second and short. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle. It's Lyle. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Wants to throw on first down. He's going to take off. Breaks into the open.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
Pocket breaking down. Pulls it in. It's Kendricks. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Caught in the backfield. It's Kendricks. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football.
Turning on the Jets. Touchdown, Wildcats. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. First play of the drive, wants to throw. That's caught. It's Willis. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick 6. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Hopefully that's not going to affect the quarterback's confidence going back to this guy later. That was a catch he should have made. He dropped it. Let's see what the QB does moving forward.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
And I'd go back to him again after that first carry, but the defense more ready. They're more alert, dialed into the running back. They're like, listen, we've given up one big play. All eyes on him. Nice job getting the guy on the ground.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They're a couple of yards short of the first down, but the offense will stay out there on 4th down. Trying to do it on the ground. Oh, he's got some space. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead, and we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So first down here as they go back to work. They'll give it to the back. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. You saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
The run from the shotgun. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And you know what? The best third down offenses don't get the third down. Really good job by the offense running the football. You could tell the defense got caught a little bit off guard. Got a nice gain, popped one, got a first down. Who needs third downs if you can just pound it down their throat on second down?
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Touchdown, Longhorn! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the hands because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on third down in DKR. From the gun, wants to pass. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on third down. Kentucky will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in at the 25. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Looking to throw on first down. He uncorks one deep. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their heads. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
And the Longhorns come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Got the quick pass. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, not down in distance. The quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning it.
There he goes. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
First down. Physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense. Man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
Got enough for the first down and wants more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there. As a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on third down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
And the Longhorns kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work.
Well, it's a really nice job of the offense mixing it up on this drive. We've seen some nice plays throwing it, and how about that one running it too?
using concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. Man, he didn't just put it on his numbers. If he were throwing it at a front porch, he would have put that right in the keyhole. What a precise pass.
Right in the keyhole, right on the button, right on the face mask, whatever it was. Great throw, great timing. Nice job by the quarterback.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Give to the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got a man. It's Kendricks. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
They'll move the tight end. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Wildcats with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll run play action. Throws to the tight end. He's got an open man. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And now this offense will try to overcome that 2nd down incompletion. With the catch, it's Lyle. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down.
Yeah, I don't know defensively if you want to keep giving this guy that much cushion, because when he gets the ball in space, he's able to shake all these defenders and turns a 5-yard completion.
Turning it on. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Wildcats come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. He'll pull it on the read. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the 1st down, though.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Kentucky right back to the line. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Grabs it in the middle. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And it's 3rd down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. He splits the uprights. That cuts the lead down to 28-10.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Wants to go up top on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Willis. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a first-rate game so far from Austin today. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at DKR.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Longhorns will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look at the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Kentucky sent out the punting unit. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Here comes the Texas offense. Looking to throw on first down. Good timing on the quick out. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. The Longhorns moving quickly to the line. He'll ride his man on the option. Gives it on the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Makes it past the marker. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Makes the grab. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
And just keeping the defense complete.
He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Longhorn! And the beatdown has ensued.
This defense has got do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up 35-10. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the American. Army is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winners Blanchard and Davis and Dawkins among the legends to wear that uniform. They're trailing by just 4 to UAB. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. So now it's 2nd and long. Quarterback on the keeper. They'll give him 4 on that one. It's 3rd and 6.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding this. That QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He's got it down the left. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
And that has got to be a coverage bust on defense. There is no way the receiver should have been allowed to be that open deep down the field. Somebody on defense blew their assignment.
The give out of the gun. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll go to the ground. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. It's 3rd down, and the line to gain is to 36. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Kendricks. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. I don't blame them. They're going to keep working this guy out of the slot until somebody finds a way to stop him.
Yeah, and why wouldn't you, man? You find a matchup that's working, and you got a guy with this kind of athletic ability in the slot, dude. Keep finding him, keep using different routes. So far, the defense doesn't have an answer for him.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Let's send the tight end in motion. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. They'll mark him down right there, but it'll be enough for a Kentucky 1st down. Tune in to the Ocho, 8th play of the drive coming up. To the ground with the back. Did everything he could to discard the tacklers, but he was just able to get back to where he started.
All season long, we've been watching this defense dominate against the run. They're the #1 rush defense in the entire country. With a big lead in this game, you cannot run the ball and expect to win and get back in it.
Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
Sometimes in your playbook, you have run plays that are called run-it runs. You leave the play on no matter what look the defense gives you. That time the defense was blitzing, but they just kept the play on. That is an attitude-type run that you can run into any kind of look, and it paid off for them.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Gets it out fast. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. Kentucky will come to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. They've held the ball forever. Relentless drive, but what a win for the defense if they can force a field goal. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Gets it out quickly. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. A 4th quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change the looks. Got to score the touchdown on 4th and goal. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. No, sir, they strung it out enough. He tried to pick his way through, but just not enough running room, and the defense with a stand. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, dude.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
And the Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short.
At the 11-yard line. Offense facing 4th down.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's got it. 1st down and more. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. And the Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Finds his back in the middle. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a 1st down. The Longhorns look to keep this drive humming. Leaves it with the back. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The Longhorns pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Throws to the wideout. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. To the air on 1st down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Breaks into the open. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush. Hit him with the screen and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field.
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. The Longhorns trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They're going to run it. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out. Just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams. They have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
Texas.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positive.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we had just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
Here's the pressure. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. Kentucky will be forced to punt. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the... catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. And the Longhorns want to move quickly. Dropping back, it's Gibbs. Quick strike complete. They get the timeout called, 11 seconds remaining to play. And the Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quickly complete. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. Looking to throw on 1st down. Unleashes one deep. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. They've reeled off 6 straight to start the season, undefeated, bowl eligible, but when you have that kind of record, the possibilities seem limitless.
What a great way to start the season. The best way possible, right? Like 6-0,